Hello and good afternoon. You're watching Market Fatafat. I'm Ankita Saxena and with me is Snehi Shah today. And on this show, we're going to take you through all the buzzers in the trading session, either on the back of news flow or on the back of technical charts. But before we get going with all the buzzers in trade, let's talk about how the market is shaping up at this point. Well, we have managed to scale the 23,900 levels, but very, very flat moves coming in right now. Nifty is sitting absolutely flat. It's sitting at 23,939 is where Nifty is at. Nifty Bank also is trading absolutely flat. It is at the lowest point of the day as of now. I remember a lot of banking names that are in focus on account of this management rejig, especially the private banking names. But that's where Nifty Bank is at. And if you pull up the chart for the broader end of the market, mid-cap trading right now with gains of 0.5%, and small cap is also trading up with gains of 1%. So it's really the broader end of the market there where we do see some action coming in right now. And small caps clearly the outperformers in the market. But it's Nifty Realty that's leading from the front with gains of 1.4%. Nifty Auto that is trading up more than 0.5% gains coming in there also. In fact, remember the auto sales number are due and we are penciling in some good numbers coming in, especially for Maruti Suzuki and the passenger vehicle. So Maruti is up in a way 5.2%. That's also the top Nifty gainer. Tata Motors passenger vehicle, that's also gaining in trade with gains of 2.5%. Also one of the top Nifty gainers. We have TVS Motor, Exide, Bajaj Auto, Ashok Leyland, Uno Minda, all of them are trading with gains of more than 0.5%. So Nifty Auto is also doing very well. On the losing side, we have Nifty IT that's on the back foot, which cuts off 2+%. So largely that is how the market is shaping up right now. But more on the markets and more on the buzzards. Let's get going with the show then, Snehi.
Absolutely. And on the technical front, today we've got Mr. Osho Krishan, the Chief Manager of Technical and Derivative Research at Angel One, joining us on the show. Osho, hi, good afternoon. Good to be speaking with you. Before we come to your stocks, let's take a look at something buzzing on the fundamental side, and that's Shilpa Medicare. Very good move coming in on Shilpa Medicare, and that stock is a buzz today after its subsidiary Shilpa Biological signed a co-development and supply agreement with Orion Corporation of Finland for an IV biosimilar of nivolumab, a blockbuster cancer therapy with an estimated $4.1 billion European market. Under the agreement, Shilpa will lead product development and be the exclusive long-term manufacturer for Europe, while Orion will handle commercialization. The deal also provides for milestone payments and long-term supply revenues. And adding to this positive sentiment, you've also got DAM Capital that has initiated coverage with a buy rating and a target price of 748 rupees per share for Shilpa, citing the company's transition into a specialty pharma and biologics player. The brokerage expects margins to expand by 490 bips by FY29 and forecasts PAT to nearly double between FY26 and FY29. So two positive developments for Shilpa Medicare. One, their tie-up with Orion, and the other, the note from DAM Capital. And on the back of that, the stock is up 6%.
All right, let's move on to the next counter. Oshi picked up Tata Motors CV for us. Even though Tata Motor PV is in focus today, and of course, it's buzzing in trade as one of the top Nifty gainers. But on the charts, what do you see for Tata Motors CV?
Very good morning to both of you. Firstly, thank you for having me on the show. Well, yes, Tata Motors CV has been gaining very strong traction in the last two trading weeks. There has been very strong consolidation around the zone of 400, 395 kind of a levels. And in the last three trading sessions, there has been consolidation breakout. So technically, there is a kind of a potential bullish reversal in the counter. So I'm expecting that in the short-term period, as you have mentioned, that the whole auto pack is into strong bullish focus. So the TMCV is also looking quite positive on the technical front. 450 will be the first initial target in a very short-term perspective. And if it breaches the zone of 450, then again we can see a positive track coming back in the counter and can drive it towards the zone of 475 to 480 in the short to medium term perspective. So overall technical perspective is looking very positive, and one may look for accumulation in TMC.
All right, so that's the view coming in on TMC, but let's move on to the next one. Standard Engineering India, that is in focus. That was locked in upper circuit, in fact, in the morning after the company outlined a strong growth outlook. The management is also expecting 40 to 50% growth in its core business and is targeting around 250 crores worth of revenue from its new AI data center vertical. And despite expecting only about 4 months of contribution in FY27, and on account of that, Standard Engineering is still locked in the upper circuit of 10%.
Okay, so very good move coming in on that company today. Continues to be an upper circuit of 10%. But shifting focus, let's talk about Allivis Life, formerly known as Glenmark Life. The company is in focus after Kotak Securities has reiterated its buy rating with a target price of 1,315 following a visit to the company's Ankleshwar manufacturing facility. The stock is holding up well, up 3.5%. The plant contributes nearly 65% of Allivis's revenue and has commercialized over 100 API products. The brokerage said the company's investments in process innovation and advanced technologies are strengthening its long-term growth prospects. It expects steady growth in the core API business along with a 2x expansion in the CDMO business by FY29. And Kotak also expects these investments to drive better operating efficiencies over the coming years. Overall, the brokerage forecasts roughly 11% EPS CAGR over FY26 to FY29 and remains constructive on the stock. So that's the brokerage take coming in on Glenmark Life Sciences, now known as Allivis Life.
All right, let's move on then to the next one that Osho has picked out for us. INOX Green Energy is what he picked out for us. Osho, in the last 1 month, we see a lot of traction on this counter, almost 19% gain coming in. Do you see this positive momentum to continue, and what are the levels that you're tracking?
See, overall, there has been quite development on the technical front. On the weekly time frame chart, there is inverted head and shoulder pattern formation for INOX Green, having a breakout around the zone of 195. And again, in the short-term period, there has been multiple positive crossovers within the short-term EMA. So there has been multiple positive development. And looking at the overall trajectory and the trend development, near to 40 to 45 points of movement is expected from short to medium-term point of view. So 245 to 250 will be the short-term target that I'm expecting in the counter. And overall, this might be seen as a bullish reversal trend pattern for this counter. So one may look for accumulation in INOX Green. 250 should be the target.
All right, so those are the targets to watch out for on INOX Green. Let's move on to KEC International that has secured new orders worth 1,754 crore rupees across its transmission and distribution and cable and conductors business, including its largest ever supply order from the US. Now, the wins take the company's FY27 order intake to over 4,000 crore rupees, and on account of these order wins, KEC International is up in a way 2.3%, though it has given up those morning gains, but nonetheless, it's holding on to gains of over 2%.
Okay, looking good for that one, as is the case with Maruti Suzuki today. That stock is in focus after Jefferies has upgraded the stock to a buy rating from hold and raised its target price to 16,500 from 13,800 rupees, implying around a 22% upside. The brokerage believes the recent correction has created an attractive entry point for Maruti Suzuki, and they believe earnings will be supported by new launches, a stronger SUV portfolio, and improving market share. Jefferies also said easing crude prices coupled with lower concerns around the Middle East geopolitical situation should now help keep input costs in check and support margins. The brokerage expects Maruti to deliver a stronger earnings cycle over the next few years. On the back of that, it's a 5.5% uptick coming in on Maruti Suzuki and one of the top nifty gainers as we speak.
All right, Maruti Suzuki there with gains of 5.5%. Let's move on. Osho, you picked up granules for us. Tell us on the charts for granules, what are the levels that you're watching out for?
Again, for granules, there has been some positive development. There has been a consolidation breakout. And in the past few trading sessions, the counter has even emerged above the zone of 800. So I'm expecting that with the kind of traction in the whole sector, this counter likely to witness a kind of a breakout from current levels. So on the higher end, approximately 825 to 830 will be the first intermediate target for a short-term trader. But once it breaches the zone, then from there onwards, again, 30 to 40 points of movement can be seen from short-term perspective. So 860 is the short to medium-term target for the counter. Overall, the technical setup is very positive, and even dips should be arguing well for the buyers.